Hey guys, welcome back to another action figure review. We are taking a look at another Snail Shell figure. We have the original version of Aileen in her Rapid Assault Bunny Girl costume. The box features a small open window showing off the figure and a few accessories, with the box detailed with a large image of Aileen and the holographic foil letters of her name. Over at the back, we have another picture of the figure, a small picture showcasing all of the accessories, and a ton of warnings and links to social media. We can notice the official genuine sticker at the side that links to WeChat when scanned. More holographic text is on the side of the box that reads Bunny Girl. We can slide out the entire plastic tray by opening the box from the bottom and pulling out the tray and flyers. The plastic tray is further secured by two void stickers and another at the bottom of the box. Removing this sticker does leave a void mark. The last step of the unboxing is to remove all of the plastic covering the figure. More small sheets of plastic are between each large joint of the body to protect the figure during shipment. The Rapid Assault Bunny Girl Aileen is the first version of Aileen. As of this review, we have had a tan version and a loungewear version that has been released since. Part of the Rapid Assault series of figures, these bunny suit wearing girls are equipped with weapons and use the bunny suits as a disguise. Set in a futuristic robotic future, Aileen also comes with optional Cyclone Bunny motorcycle parts sold separately, showcasing the tech that these girls have to work with. Much like the other Snail Shell releases, we do have a few optional clothing accessories, including a jacket, a few office outfits sold separately, as well as a barefoot kit. Originally released in July 2024, Aileen would be the first of the Rapid Assault series. Each figure in the Rapid Assault series has some sort of costume to conceal their identity. Once again, these figures don't really have much of an identity or backstory, as the only bits of information we get are usually social media comics. Let's take a look at the details of the figure. The soft pink pearlescent hair has a soft glittery glow to it. It's sculpted in many strands of hair on top of each other, giving it a detailed, sharp look to the edges of the hair. With a thin line for the eyebrows, we have huge eyelashes painted in a gradient of a light to dark pink with anime-style large eyes that also fade from a light pink to a light blue. A small bump details the nose, with a small open smile showing off the red lipstick and white teeth of the figure. Permanently attached to the figure is a set of white bunny ears. Sculpted with wrinkles and a white glossy finish, one of the ears is bent over at the middle, giving it a cute floppy look. At the side, we can see details like the bunny headband that wraps around the head, the strands of hair behind it pulled back tightly into a ponytail, leaving grooves in the hair sculpting towards the hair tie. Small details like the ear and collar of the bunny suit can be seen here. We have a closer look at the ponytail in the back of the head that shows off many of the strands of hair, wildly curving upwards at each end, giving it a realistic, messy look. Over at the chest, we have the complete bunny suit worn here. With an exposed upper chest, at the collar of the figure we have a small black tie, with the white suit collar detailed here. The bunny suit has a tight appearance in the sculpting, having a white glossy finish reflecting light, with the details of the suit being large panel seams in the suit, and grooves in the body from the ribs, stomach, and navel are detailed here in the sculpting. Over at the back, we don't have much detail here, with light details like the bumps in the skin for the shoulder blades, and a soft line down the back muscles. The classic Snail Shell style shoulders are here, thin and without muscle tone. The only real detail here is a white band wrapped around the bicep. Pre-installed for the hands is a peace gesture hand, holding two fingers up, and a small white cuff, glossy like the suit, with a single black button as the detail. Over at the waist of the figure, we can see the thighs exposed from the bikini style bunny suit bottom, with more panel lines detailing the suit running down the center of the body and edges of the skin-tight suit that doesn't leave much to the imagination. On the side of the suit, we have a better look at the fine details of the body. We have extremely tiny wrinkles in the suit here that are barely noticeable, but is a very nice detail to have and show how tight the suit must be. At the back of the suit, pre-installed on the figure is a flocked white bunny tail, giving it a fuzzy appearance and texture when touched. A small white socket is seen here on the bunny tail to install the stand later on in the review. The bikini style suit leaves most of the butt of the figure exposed, and like the front, not leaving much to the imagination of the figure. Taking a look at the thighs, just like the shoulder, we have a thin white strap tightly wrapped around the thighs with a golden latch. A nice detail here is how the skin is sculpted to look soft, with some of the thighs plumping out where the belt is tied down. The legs are long and very thin, with the only detail here is the calf muscles at the back of the leg. Wearing high stiletto heels, these white shoes make the figure stand on its toes, making it hard to display without the stand. With the underside of the heels painted red, there's not much detail here other than a clean white glossy finish to the feet. Let's take a look at the articulation of the figure. Starting off with the head, we have the standard snail shell rotation here, and luckily the short hair doesn't get in the way. We have minimal forward and back range to look up and down, where the face sculpting and the hair in the back gets in the way. The neck can bob side to side, and the ponytail is on its own joint, able to rotate and bend upward and downward. The shoulders open just a bit past 90 degrees, and fully rotates around easily. We have rotation at the bicep, hidden by the sculpting of the armband, elbows that tightly bend inward almost completely, and wrists that rotate. You are able to bend the wrist up and down, but that wrist cuff is so thick that if you wanted any real range, you would have to remove them. We have a ball jointed chest, but with such a tight sculpting and a large chest, we can't really get any meaningful range out of this joint. We can slightly rotate and bend slightly back, but every range of motion will be blocked immediately. The bunny tail can be removed and rotated around. We have thighs that can be pulled down slightly for more range of the leg joints. We can fully lift her legs forward and to the side. But thanks to the way the butt is sculpted, the plate here blocks all backwards range. Much like the biceps, we have rotation here at the thighs, hidden by the sculpting, double jointed knees that bend back, and thanks to the sculpting we have a very tight fit that's great for sitting. Ankles that rotate, bend up and down, and the foot that twist. Similar to the recently released Annalise figure, we have a similar style of outfit and height thanks to those high heels, giving the figure an extra height advantage on both of these figures. Aileen stands about 6.1 inches tall or about 15.5 centimeters, slightly taller than the other Snail Shell girls. As seen here next to Milk Tea Girl, also by Snail Shell, there is a considerable height difference almost entirely due to those large heels. Second Acts figures are usually on the larger side as well, but you can't beat the advantage of those heels. Next to Figma, we have a Figma Darkness here standing at about a head's worth shorter next to Snail Shell's Aileen. Including the bikini style of Darkness, standing straight up without armor, has the same height difference. Hasbro is a great representation of Western 1/12 scale figures, where we can see that those heels just push Aileen slightly higher, while looking much thinner. Even across many other series, Aileen will just push that 6-inch height when using the heel. Jada Toys is already on the smaller side of the 1/12 scale, with its characters properly scaled to character in-game height, so small figures like Cammy and Chun-Li look much smaller, especially with the heel advantage. With similar results from Storm Arena figures that follow the 1/12 scale with proper character height. Cosmic Legions are the sci-fi version of Mythic Legions, and their future style of figures seem perfectly in place with Snail Shell figures. The thickness of the figures, height, and appearance actually fit in very nicely, even across the alien-looking races. And just in case you wanted to see how Aileen pairs up with McFarlane's unique 7-inch scale, this larger size of figures actually makes Aileen look small in both height and body size, especially when we get to the Spawn figures that push that 7-inch height. Right out of the box, we have a flyer advertising other figures and Aileen's motorcycle. Also included is a black and white instruction book in both Chinese and Japanese. We have an alternate faceplate with one eye winking and a tongue sticking out. This faceplate only has one adjustable eye socket. Just like any other import figure, to swap out the faceplates, we first remove the front hairpiece. We can see how the bunny ears are attached to the sculpting here, as they are not removable. We can pull off the faceplate easily, and then swap in the alternate face, and finish up by installing the hairpiece back into place. The alternate faceplate gives Aileen a silly expression, winking with one eye and her tongue sticking out, while keeping the soft pink features of the original. To adjust the eyes on the faceplates, we have the eye tool. Socketing in the tools into the back of the eyes lets us adjust each eye, allowing us to repose them looking in any direction. We have another soft flocked white bunny tail, just like the original, but without a socket for the stand. Taking a extreme close-up, we can see the fuzziness of the tail, showing off the furry, bumpy texture. We have a small pink cell phone with the text message details on the front screen, and a silver reflective carrot symbol in the back with a bite taken out of it. And included is a version of the cell phone that has transformed into a gun, only painted completely pink without any of the cell phone details. We get a few sets of hands, starting off with a set of open palm grasping hands, a set of pointing hands with the pointing index finger, a set of grabbing hands with the gap small enough for the cell phone, and a set of trigger finger hands to hold onto the gun. We have the classic clear snail shell stand, with an arm with 3 points of articulation, and a head tip that bends upward. This piece of the stand sockets right into the bunny tail. And if you don't want to use pegs to connect to the stand, it comes with an alternate claw head as well. Lastly, we have 2 spare wrist joints for any accidents. When this figure released back in July 2024, I wasn't completely on board with Snail Shell just yet. While they had some amazing designs in the RPG line, I didn't think I would enjoy their other figures as much as the fantasy figures. But after owning a few of their figures, Snail Shell has really proven themselves to me. And I've been looking for a Bunny Aileen for a while now so I can keep up with the Bunny Girl releases of Snail Shell. Seeing as we haven't been getting any reissues of characters that aren't recolors or convention exclusive, there was no way I was going to let this figure become one of my holy grails while I still had a chance to pick her up. And I am completely satisfied with her. She has all of the smooth joints and posability of Snail Shell, with the high quality feel and design that Snail Shell is known for. With a included silly faceplate, we get a nice change of expressions on the figure, with expressions not really being Snail Shell's strong suit. The silly expression really does give the figure a different, more ditzy vibe to Aileen, so it's nice to have. But as always, I really wanted more facial expressions, especially an angry one that I can use with her pistol for a combat pose. The heels are really hard to balance on. Like the other Bunny Girl figures, it's really hard to display her without the stand. There is a bare feet kit for her, but I would rather have her combat ready and not walking around barefoot. Another small wish for this figure would be the ability to remove the bunny ears for a more casual look to the figure, especially if you're wanting to dress her up in any of those optional clothings that include hoods. None of them would fit on top of the ears. The included 5 sets of hands really lets you change up the poses more than you think it would, so it's always great to have so many included. Aileen has already proven herself as a classic figure of Snail Shell, and I'm really glad that I wasn't too late to pick one up even if I'm more than a year late as of this review. With more Bunny Girl figures coming up from Snail Shell, it's still not too late to get some of the originals, and while the aftermarket is pretty wild with prices, you'll still be able to snag one at retail or just above like I did. Even years after the release, thanks to Snail Shell using similar styles of joints, with new recent accessory releases like the office clothing and shoes will be compatible with Aileen, so the support for different styles and poses is still there. Don't let your favorite figures become holy grails for you, and pick them up while you still have a chance. I'm super happy with Aileen. She looks great with the rest of my Snail Shell collection, and I still don't think we have seen a single reissue from Snail Shell yet, so I wouldn't take my chances. Alright guys, that's it for this review. Leave a comment letting me know how you like this figure, subscribe, or share this video with your friends to help out the channel.